Close your eyes for a moment and imagine Earth as seen from space. That bright blue sphere, so distinctive that astronauts call it the blue planet or blue orb. More than 70% of our world's surface is covered by oceans, vast expanses of salt water stretching for millions of square kilometers. And yet, despite living on a planet dominated by water, more than 80% of this realm remains completely unexplored. It's as if we've built our civilization on a small island, ignoring most of the world around us. Here's something that should make us pause in humility. We know more about the surface of the Moon, a world 380,000 kilometers away, and even about Mars, millions of kilometers away, than about the ocean floor covering our own planet. We send rovers to explore Martian deserts, but the ocean depths remain largely a mystery, hidden beneath kilometers of dark, pressurized water. The deepest point in all the oceans is the Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean. It descends almost 11,000 meters, so deep that if you took Mount Everest, the tallest mountain on Earth, and placed it at the bottom of this trench, its peak would still be more than 2 kilometers below the ocean's surface. It's an incomprehensible abyss, a scar on the Earth's crust that defies our imagination. And the pressure at those depths is simply brutal. It's so absurd that it would crush an entire car as if it were a soda can, reducing it to a ball of compressed metal. Every square inch of surface would bear the equivalent weight of an elephant. And yet, even in these impossible conditions, life finds a way. Deep in the ocean, hidden from human view, lie mountain ranges that make the Himalayas seem modest. The Mid-Atlantic Ridge, for example, is the largest mountain range on the planet, stretching for over 65,000 kilometers across the bottom of the Atlantic and Indian Oceans. These underwater mountains are where new crust is continually formed, where tectonic plates separate and magma rises to fill the void. And there are waterfalls too, not on the surface, but in the depths. Denmark Strait Waterfall is the largest waterfall in the world, 3 times larger than Niagara Falls. But you would never see it, because it flows beneath the ocean, where icy, dense water plunges from underwater cliffs to even greater depths. Even more strangely, there are rivers and lakes within the ocean itself. Pockets of extremely salty and dense water that are so different from the surrounding water that they do not mix, forming lakes on the seabed with defined shores. Underwater divers can literally swim on these lakes, observing their mirrored surfaces reflecting the darkness above. And just like on land, there are volcanoes on the ocean floor. Thousands of them, in fact, spewing superheated lava even under the crushing weight of billions of liters of water. This lava, upon encountering the icy water, instantly solidifies into bizarre formations called lava pillows, creating alien landscapes on the ocean floor. The ocean is also a place of ancient music. Whales sing complex songs that can travel hundreds of kilometers through the water. These songs are so low, so deep, that parts of them are beyond human hearing. They are calls that traverse entire ocean basins, messages transmitted through the liquid darkness from one gentle giant to another. And life. Life in the ocean is so abundant that it defies comprehension. More than 90% of all living things on the planet inhabit the oceans. The vast majority are invisible to us. Microorganisms, plankton, tiny creatures that form the base of a food chain that sustains everything from small fish to the largest whales. In the depths, where sunlight never reaches, live creatures so strange they seem to have come from another planet. fish with teeth as transparent as glass, bodies that glow in the dark with their own biological light, forms so bizarre and delicate they seem impossible. These are adaptations to a world without light, where survival demands radical evolutionary solutions. Bioluminescence, the ability to produce living light, is so common in the depths that if you could dive down there, you would see something magical. Living constellations lighting up around you. Each point of light would be a creature, signaling, hunting, or simply existing in the eternal darkness. It would be like floating through a living starry sky. The largest animal that ever existed on Earth is not an extinct dinosaur, but lives now in the oceans. The blue whale can grow to over 30 meters in length and weigh over 150 tons. Its heart alone is the size of a small car, beating slowly, only a few times per minute, as it pumps blood through its colossal body. And there are marine creatures that are born, live their entire lives, and die without ever seeing or feeling the sunlight. In the abyssal depths, darkness is absolute and eternal. For these beings, concepts like day and night have no meaning. Even in the Mariana Trench, the deepest and most inhospitable point in the ocean, microorganisms thrive. They survive in conditions that would destroy almost any machine humans could build. Crushing pressure, complete darkness, intense cold, lack of oxygen. And yet they live, proving that life is more resilient than we ever imagined. Corals, often called living rocks, build structures so vast they can be seen from space. The Great Barrier Reef, off the coast of Australia, is the largest structure ever built by living organisms, stretching over 2,300 kilometers. It is an underwater city built by billions of tiny polyps over millennia, and the ocean can be violent. Tsunamis, gigantic waves triggered by earthquakes or underwater landslides, can cross entire oceans at speeds of 700 or 800 kilometers per hour, comparable to that of a commercial jet. In the open sea, they go almost unnoticed, but when they reach shallow waters, they grow in height and become devastating walls of water. There are also dead zones, regions of the ocean where virtually nothing can survive due to the absolute lack of oxygen. These are underwater deserts, often created by pollution or extreme natural conditions. And in the most extreme depths, the water is so cold that, under normal conditions, it would have already frozen. But the immense pressure, tons per square centimeter, keeps the water molecules in motion, preventing ice from forming. It is liquid water in a state that only exists under these extreme conditions. Breathe slowly. Imagine yourself floating gently beneath the waves, descending through layers of ever-deepening blue. In the dark depths of the ocean, life has created its own spectacle of lights. Creatures produce bioluminescence in an underwater rainbow: blue, green, red, and even purple. Some blink in rhythmic patterns, like living Morse code. Others glow constantly like tiny floating lamps. It's an inverted galaxy where the stars are not above, but all around, swimming, hunting, courting in the eternal darkness. And at the bottom of the sea, in places where no sunlight has ever penetrated, there are structures that seem to come from an alien world: black chimneys. They are mineral towers that release superheated water, as hot as molten lava, reaching 400 degrees Celsius. This water should be boiling, but under the extreme pressure of the depths, it remains liquid. And miraculously, around these infernal chimneys, life thrives. The creatures that live in these abyssal oases have developed a completely different way of obtaining energy. Without sunlight, photosynthesis is impossible. So they use chemosynthesis, transforming chemical compounds like sulfur and methane into usable energy. It's life based not on the light of a star, but on the chemistry of the Earth itself, sustained by the heat from the planet's interior. The ocean also harbors the ultimate survivors. The Greenland shark, swimming slowly through the icy waters of the Arctic, can live for more than 400 years. Imagine a shark alive today that was born before Shakespeare wrote his plays, before Galileo looked through a telescope. They grow so slowly that they don't reach sexual maturity until they are over 100 years old. They are silent witnesses to centuries of human history. And then there's the Turritopsis jellyfish, Doharnii, often called the immortal jellyfish. When injured, sick, or simply old, it can reverse its life cycle, returning to a juvenile stage and starting over. Theoretically, it can do this indefinitely, avoiding death from old age. It is the fountain of youth in animal form, floating on ocean currents. The ocean floor is also a museum of human history. There are more shipwrecks resting on the seabed than abandoned cars on the entire surface of the Earth. Each one is a time capsule, preserving moments of tragedy, adventure, or war. Spanish galleons laden with treasure, World War II warships, ancient merchant vessels, all silently decaying in the darkness. And there is gold in the oceans, tons and tons of it, dissolved in the salt water. But it's so diluted, so spread out, that it would be impossible to collect economically. There are approximately 20 million tons of gold floating invisibly among the water molecules, a theoretically limitless but practically inaccessible fortune. The ocean functions like the planet's circulatory system. Giant ocean currents, sometimes called the global conveyor belt, move warm water from the tropics to the poles and cold water back. These currents regulate the global climate by distributing heat around the world. Without them, the weather patterns we know would be completely different. A single drop of seawater is a miniature universe. It contains millions of microorganisms, bacteria, viruses, plankton, all living, reproducing, and dying in that tiny volume. It's a complete ecosystem in something too small to see with the naked eye. And the oceans themselves are changing. The Atlantic Ocean is expanding, growing a few centimeters each year as new crust forms at the mid-Atlantic ridge. Meanwhile, the Pacific Ocean is slowly shrinking, its edges being pushed down into subduction zones. The oceans breathe and transform on geological timescales. The abyssal zone, those extreme depths where the pressure is crushing, is so dark that the animals themselves are the only source of light. No sun, no moon, no stars. Only the bioluminescence of creatures that have developed their own biological beacons to navigate the absolute darkness. Among the most bizarre creatures is the anglerfish, also known as the abyssal anglerfish. The female has a luminous lure hanging from the front of her head like a biological fishing rod. She waves this light seductively in the darkness, and when curious prey approaches, her enormous mouth opens and swallows them whole. It's a living trap, perfectly adapted to a world without light. Some deep-sea fish are so transparent you can see through them, their internal organs visible as shadows floating within glass-like bodies. It's a form of camouflage in deep waters, where being invisible can mean the difference between life and death. Humpback whales undertake some of the longest migrations in the animal kingdom, traveling up to 8,000 kilometers between polar feeding grounds and tropical breeding waters. Imagine swimming that distance. Months of continuous journey, driven by ancient instincts and the rhythm of the seasons. Between the sunlit surface and the abyssal depths lies the twilight zone, an intermediate layer where only the faintest light penetrates. It is so mysterious that it harbors creatures never seen alive by science, known only from occasional specimens that float dead to the surface or are caught in deep-sea trawling nets. Sound behaves differently in water. It travels 4 times faster than in air, allowing whales and dolphins to communicate across immense distances. There are special channels in the ocean called SOFAR channels, where the properties of water allow sounds to travel thousands of kilometers without losing strength. A whale singing on one side of an ocean basin can potentially be heard on the other side. Some ocean dwellers are remarkable engineers. The archerfish lives in coastal waters and has developed an extraordinary hunting technique. It shoots jets of water so precise that it can knock down insects perched on leaves more than 2 meters above the water's surface. It instinctively calculates the refraction of light at the air-water interface to hit its target. And the blood of some marine creatures isn't red like ours, but blue. They use copper-based hemocyanin instead of iron-based hemoglobin to transport oxygen. Horseshoe crabs and many mollusks bleed blue, an alien blood chemistry here on Earth. Among the most intelligent creatures in the ocean is the octopus. They are capable of solving complex puzzles, opening jars with screw-on lids, and even escaping from supposedly secure aquariums. There are reports of octopuses learning by observation, using tools, and exhibiting something resembling individual personalities. They are remarkably intelligent creatures, with neurons distributed not only in the brain but also in their tentacles, as if each arm had its own partial mind. Let your breathing slow down. Imagine these bioluminescent lights gently flickering around you in the liquid darkness. Relax deeply. We continue our descent into the mysteries of the sea. The octopus is truly a creature from another world. It possesses 3 hearts pumping blue blood through its soft body. 2 of these hearts pump blood to the gills, and the 3rd to the rest of the body. And as for brains, it has 9 of them. 1 central brain and 8 additional ones, 1 in each tentacle. Each arm can act independently, exploring, touching, solving problems, even without direct instructions from the main brain. It's a neural architecture that seems straight out of science fiction. And their abilities go even further. Some octopuses can change not only color, but texture, transforming smooth skin into rocky spines in seconds. They can perfectly mimic other animals, a venomous lionfish, a sea snake, even the ocean floor itself. They are masters of disguise, artists of instant metamorphosis. There are regions of the ocean where the darkness is so absolute, so profound, that even the most powerful submarine light is swallowed up almost instantly. It is a darkness that seems solid, oppressive, where the concept of sight completely loses its meaning. Swimming through this darkness is the basking shark, also known as the peregrine shark, which can measure over 12 meters in length. Despite its colossal size, one of the largest fish in the world, it feeds only by filtering microscopic plankton. Imagine a gentle giant, its mouth open like a cave, filtering tons of water to capture the tiny creatures that sustain its immense mass. Ancient sea legends spoke of the Kraken, a tentacled monster that dragged entire ships to the depths. These stories may have been inspired by real giant squid, which can reach lengths of over 18 meters. These colossal cephalopods possess eyes the size of basketballs, the largest eyes of any known animal. These enormous eyes evolved to capture every photon of light in the almost completely dark depths, allowing them to detect predators like sperm whales approaching. In the deepest zones surrounding those hydrothermal vents, live creatures called worm tubes that defy our understanding of basic biology. They have no mouth, intestines, or stomach. Instead, they absorb chemical compounds directly through specialized tissues, where symbiotic bacteria convert these chemicals into energy. They are animals that literally do not eat, sustained entirely by internal microbial partners. The largest mountain range on Earth isn't where you see it. The Mid-Atlantic Ridge snakes along the ocean floor for over 65,000 kilometers, encircling the globe like the seams of a baseball. It's where new oceanic crust is born, where the seabed splits apart, and magma rises to fill the void. The creatures that inhabit the abyssal depths are so resilient that they could survive pressures that would crush military submarines like soda cans. Their bodies are perfectly adapted, without air pockets that could collapse, with special proteins that function under extreme pressure. It's biological engineering taken to the extreme. Some jellyfish are living monuments. The lion's mane jellyfish can have tentacles that extend 35 meters. Longer than a 10-story building is tall. Imagine something floating silently in the currents, its venomous tentacles trailing like deadly curtains stretching for dozens of meters. And there is a constant snow in the deep ocean, not frozen water, but organic matter. Marine snow is what scientists call the flakes of debris that continually fall from the upper waters to the depths. Remains of dead organisms, feces, pieces of tissue. This snow feeds all life in the depths, an eternal feast that slowly falls through the darkness. Every day, the largest migratory movement on the planet takes place in the oceans. Billions of creatures, mostly zooplankton and small fish, rise from the depths at dusk to feed in shallower waters, and descend again at dawn to escape visual predators. It is a massive vertical migration, happening every day in every ocean. The teeth of deep-sea fish are curiously fragile, so delicate that they would break under normal atmospheric pressure. But in the depths, where extreme pressure endures everything, these teeth are perfectly suited. Thin, long, like glass needles designed to pierce soft prey. Deep in the ocean, there are also deadly lakes, pockets of extremely saline or sulfurous water, so toxic that any creature that enters them dies almost instantly. The shores of these lakes are often surrounded by the carcasses of animals that ventured too close. Shark skin isn't smooth like that of other fish. It's covered in tiny scales called dermal denticles, each structurally similar to a minuscule tooth. These scales create a surface that reduces turbulence and allows sharks to move through the water with silent efficiency. They glide like ghosts, almost invisible predators until it's too late. And there are octopuses that demonstrate tool use, behavior usually associated only with mammals and birds. They collect discarded coconut shells, carry them with them, and pile them around their bodies when they need protection. It's planning, it's foresight, it's applied intelligence. The electric eel, despite its name, is not a true eel, but it can generate electric shocks of up to 600 volts, enough to stun a horse or knock down a human. It uses these shocks to navigate, communicate, and hunt in murky waters where vision is useless. Submerged caves around the world hold ancient secrets. In Mexican cenotes and coastal grottos, human and animal skeletons thousands of years old have been preserved, protected from the elements by the stable environment of the caves. They are underwater time capsules, revealing glimpses of bygone eras, and sperm whales, those thoughtful leviathans, routinely dive to depths of over 2,000 meters, holding their breath for more than an hour. They descend to hunt giant squid in near-total darkness, using biological sonar to navigate and find prey. It's a hunt that takes place in a world humans have never directly witnessed. Breathe slowly and deeply. Feel yourself floating in suspension, surrounded by wonders that defy the imagination. Keep relaxing. The mysteries of the ocean continue to reveal themselves. Completely hidden beneath the waves, there are underwater mountains as tall as the Alps. Peaks that rise thousands of meters from the ocean floor, but never reach the surface. These are mountains that no mountaineer will ever climb, but which harbor unique ecosystems on their underwater slopes, where strong currents bring nutrients and life thrives in invisible vertical gardens. And there is a river that flows beneath the ocean. The submarine Amazon River runs along the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, roughly following the course of the Amazon River above on the surface. It is not made of fresh water, but of dense currents of salt water that move like a river through the larger ocean. Water within water, a defined current flowing through the liquid immensity. The largest waterfall on the planet is not Niagara Falls, nor Victoria Falls. It's Denmark Strait Falls, an underwater waterfall 3,500 meters high. Almost 4 times the height of the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world. Icy water from Greenland plunges down this underwater abyss, invisible to us, but continuously moving colossal volumes of water. Sunlight, so abundant on the surface, penetrates only to a depth of about 200 meters. Beyond that point, darkness begins. First, a deep blue twilight, then gray, and finally absolute black. Everything below this zone is perpetual darkness, a world where day and night are meaningless concepts. And in this darkness, strange phenomena exist. Lakes within the ocean itself, pockets of extremely salty water so dense that they don't mix with the surrounding water. These lakes have defined shores, surfaces that reflect like mirrors, and are deadly toxic to most creatures. They are anomalies within an anomaly, liquid water within more liquid water, separated by differences in density and chemistry. The creatures that live in the deepest depths survive perfectly well under pressures that would literally crush a car as if it were aluminum foil. Their bodies have no air spaces that could collapse, and their proteins are structured in special ways to function under extreme compression. For them, the pressure that would kill us is simply normal. The octopus possesses remarkable regenerative abilities. If it loses a tentacle to a predator or accident, it can regrow it from scratch, fully functional with all its sensors and suckers. It's complete regeneration, not just scarring, creating an entirely new limb identical to the original. And what about that dissolved gold in the oceans we mentioned? There's more gold floating invisibly in the salt water than all the gold ever mined in human history. Billions of tons of it, distributed in microscopic concentrations throughout the trillions of liters of water. It's an unattainable fortune, a theoretically infinite wealth but practically impossible to collect. Sharks are ancient survivors. They have existed for over 400 million years, 200 million years before the first trees evolved. They have seen continents form and break apart, seen dinosaurs rise and fall, and survived multiple mass extinctions. They are living witnesses to a history so vast it defies comprehension. Among the most extraordinary creatures is the pistol shrimp, also known as the snapping shrimp. It possesses a special claw that can close so quickly, faster than a bullet, that it creates a cavitation bubble. When this bubble collapses, it generates a thunderous sound and a jet of water as hot as the surface of the sun for a fraction of a second. It's enough to stun or kill small prey. A shrimp with a supersonic punch. Jellyfish are almost non-existent in terms of substance. 95% of their bodies is simply water. They are like living ghosts, transparent sacs of water structured just enough to maintain form and function. When a jellyfish is removed from the ocean and placed on a dry surface, it virtually disappears, evaporating in a matter of hours. And life isn't just swimming in the ocean. It's living inside the very rocks of the seabed. Billions of tons of bacteria inhabit the pores and fissures of underwater rocks, surviving on minuscule amounts of chemical energy. It's a hidden biosphere, a world of microbial life within the Earth's crust itself beneath the ocean. There is a fish called the ice fish that lives in the frozen waters of Antarctica and has transparent blood. It lacks hemoglobin, the red pigment that carries oxygen in almost all vertebrates. Its blood is colorless, and it absorbs oxygen directly from the icy water through its skin and gills. It's such an extreme adaptation that it defies what we thought was possible for vertebrates. Sound behaves differently under waves. It travels 5 times faster in water than in air, allowing communication across immense distances. This is why whale songs can traverse entire ocean basins, and why submarines use sonar. Sound is the primary sense in the deep ocean. Sharks have extraordinarily sharp senses. Some can detect a single drop of blood diluted in an Olympic-sized swimming pool, or smell blood from miles away. They can also detect tiny electrical fields produced by the muscles of prey, like having a sixth sense that detects life itself. The biggest waves in the ocean aren't the ones we see breaking on the beaches. They are internal waves, gigantic disturbances that move between layers of water of different densities, completely submerged. Some of these internal waves are hundreds of meters high, moving invisibly beneath the surface. The legends of the Kraken, that legendary monster that dragged ships, were probably inspired by real encounters with giant squid or giant octopuses. Imagine ancient sailors seeing enormous tentacles emerging from the depths, enveloping their ships. The reality was as incredible as the myth. There are more unknown species in the ocean than all the species cataloged on land and in the sea combined. Scientists estimate that we know only a tiny fraction of marine biodiversity. Millions of species are still waiting to be discovered, many of them in the abyssal depths that we rarely explore. Deep sea anglerfish has one of the most bizarre reproductive cycles in the animal kingdom. The male, much smaller than the female, when it finds a mate, bites her and literally fuses with her body. Their tissues merge, it loses its independent organs, and essentially becomes a permanent parasite that provides sperm when needed. Several males can fuse with a single female, becoming living appendages. And finally, the tides. that eternal rhythm of rising and falling waters, are controlled primarily by the moon's gravity. But this dance between Earth, moon, and ocean also profoundly influences thousands of marine species. Many creatures synchronize reproduction, feeding, and migration with the tidal cycles, ancient rhythms ingrained in their biology over millions of years of evolution. Let yourself be lulled by the imaginary rhythm of the tides. Rise and fall gently, as if floating on the currents. Take a deep breath. We are approaching the ultimate oceanic revelations. In the Bermuda Triangle, that enigmatic region of the Atlantic that has captured the human imagination for decades, lies a natural ship graveyard. Hundreds of vessels rest on the seabed, some lost in storms, others in circumstances that have never been fully explained. It is an unintentional underwater museum where rusty hulls and forgotten cargoes rest in eternal silence. Whales, these intelligent giants, have developed a form of communication that defies our understanding. Thanks to the speed at which sound travels through water, they can communicate across hundreds of kilometers. A whale singing near the coast of Africa could, theoretically, be heard by another in the middle of the Atlantic. These are conversations crossing oceans, dialogues between giants who never see each other. And the largest of these creatures, the blue whale, has a heart so immense that it's the size of a small car. Each beat pumps hundreds of liters of blood, so slowly, only a few times a minute, that you could hear the silence between the beats if you could somehow get close enough. The ocean floor is a museum far greater than all land-based museums combined. There are more historical artifacts lost in the depths: Roman amphorae, treasures from Spanish galleons, World War II aircraft, Viking ships, than in all the world's land-based collections. Human history is scattered across the seabed, waiting to be rediscovered. And it's not just man-made objects that cover the ocean floor. There are veritable underwater forests, fields of giant kelp that stretch for miles, swaying gently in the currents like trees in a perpetual wind. These kelp forests harbor entire ecosystems, providing refuge and food for thousands of species. Some areas of the ocean are so deep that even military research submarines cannot reach the bottom. These are depths that remain physically inaccessible, places where the pressure is simply too great for any current human technology to withstand. They are the last truly unexplored places on Earth. And in those extreme depths, physics behaves in counterintuitive ways. The water may be so hot that it should boil, but the immense pressure keeps it liquid. At the same time, it is so cold that it should freeze, but again the pressure prevents it. It is water existing in a paradoxical state, simultaneously wanting to boil and freeze, but doing neither. Submarine volcanoes are constantly erupting, releasing lava and gases onto the ocean floor without anyone witnessing it. These are dramatic events happening in complete silence from a human perspective, continuously reshaping the seabed. The starfish has a particularly bizarre feeding strategy. When it finds prey too large to swallow, it simply turns its stomach outward through its mouth, enveloping the prey externally, and digests it right there outside its body. When finished, it retracts its stomach back inside. It's external digestion, as if the animal were temporarily transforming its own interior into its exterior. Since the end of the last ice age, about 20,000 years ago, the ocean level has risen more than 120 meters. Vast areas that were once dry land, where early humans hunted and lived, are now submerged. Ancient coastal civilizations may be hidden beneath the waves, flooded when the ice melted and the seas expanded. The mimic octopus, a reef dweller in the Indo-Pacific, is a master of disguise that can imitate more than 15 different animals. It can transform itself into a venomous lionfish, a sea snake, a jellyfish, even a flatfish lying on the bottom. It is a consummate actor, changing not only color and texture, but posture and behavior to pass itself off as completely different creatures. And here's a humbling fact. Only 5% of the ocean has been explored. 95% remains completely unknown, unmapped, never seen by human eyes. It's as if we've only explored one room in a mansion with hundreds of rooms. In the dark depths, countless fish produce their own light through bioluminescence, using it as bait to attract curious prey. It's a hunting strategy that transforms the predator into a luminous trap, beckoning seductively in the eternal darkness. And human pollution has reached even the most remote and deepest places. A research submarine found plastic, a disposable bag, at the deepest point on Earth, the Mariana Trench, at a depth of 11,000 meters. There is no place in the ocean, however distant or deep, that our presence has not touched. The Great Barrier Reef, off the coast of Australia, is so vast that it can be seen from space. It is the largest living structure on the planet, built over millennia by billions of tiny coral polyps. More than 2,300 kilometers of reef, a monument to the persistence and collaboration of minuscule organisms. Ocean currents can be as strong as land rivers, moving water at impressive speeds. The Gulf Stream, for example, carries more water than all the rivers in the world combined, redistributing heat across the Atlantic and profoundly influencing the climates of Europe and the Americas. The Greenland shark, swimming slowly through Arctic waters, is a living witness to centuries. It can live for over 400 years, making it one of the longest-lived animals on the planet. Individuals alive today may have been born before the Industrial Revolution, witnessing the entire modern era of humanity. In hydrothermal vents, where superheated magma meets seawater, temperatures can exceed 400 degrees Celsius. The water should boil violently, but the absurd pressure of the depths keeps it liquid. It is a hellish environment where life, against all odds, thrives. And there are microscopic creatures called tardigrades, water bears, that can survive virtually anywhere, including the ocean floor. They can withstand radiation, vacuum, extreme temperatures, and pressures that would kill any other animal. They are practically indestructible, tiny, ultimate survivors. And going back to the Great Barrier Reef, it's not just the largest living structure, but an entire ecosystem visible from space. More than 2,300 kilometers of reefs, lagoons, and coral islands, sheltering thousands of species. It's a testament to what life can create when it works together over ages. Now, take one last deep breath. Let your mind absorb this journey through the blue depths. We journeyed from the sunlit surface to the deepest trenches where absolute darkness reigned. We encountered creatures that seemed like aliens, witnessed impossible physical phenomena, and saw how life finds its way into the most unlikely places. The ocean covers more than 70% of our planet, and yet it remains largely unexplored. An alien world right here in our own. Its depths hold secrets we are only beginning to glimpse. Creatures yet undiscovered. Phenomena yet ununderstood. stories yet untold. Every wave that breaks on the beach is connected to currents that crisscross the globe. Every drop of ocean water has already traveled around the world countless times, carried by eternal currents. The ocean is the circulatory heart of the planet, regulating the climate, producing oxygen, sustaining life on a scale we can scarcely imagine. You live on an ocean planet. Earth should be called ocean, not Earth, because water completely dominates. And beneath those blue waves lies a universe as vast, as rich, as mysterious as the cosmos above our heads. The oceans remind us of humility. They show us that there is still so much to discover, so much to learn, so much to protect. They are the final frontier, not in the stars, but right here, just below the surface of the waves. Sleep well. Dream of deep blue waters, of luminous creatures dancing in the darkness, of underwater mountains never seen by human eyes. Good night.